One of the most important and probably difficult thing about making a game is getting eyes on it, catching players' interest. Because of that, I decided to take part into the co-op and the Steam Next Fest. I joined the co-op fest to hopefully get some traction and start the next fest with more wishlists. Unfortunately, this didn't really work the way I expected. The reasoning behind such an event is that co-op is a niche, and thus people might be looking for new games to play more than in any other genre, as the catalog is quite limited. I wanted to add co-op to my game at some point, simply for selfish reasons. I enjoy playing games with friends, and what a better thing than to share your own game with the people you love. I also thought co-op would be reasonably easy to implement, a day or two at most. To me, these reasons were enough to try. To give you a bit of context, let's talk about the past few months. The development of Hyperslice has been a bit erratic. I worked on it on and off for the past month. I really enjoy what the game is, but I'm struggling to get players' attention, and it killed my motivation multiple times. When I participated in an event in Paris in October, I saw people enjoy the game and even come back to my booth to play more. This showed me that the game had potential and just needed to be experienced to convince people. Joining the co-op fest before the next fest felt like a perfect opportunity to get more players to experience the game and hopefully arrive in the next fest with more wishlist. I have experience with local multiplayer as I did Dashpong, and I thought I could try to add it like in a day. It took way longer than that, approximately a week. So why do I say it wasn't what I expected? I still managed to enter the fest with a demo, but I was short on time and I didn't reach out to influencers or whatever. The biggest problem with events outside of the next fest is that demos are not really the spotlight. On this particular event, demos were buried under the free category, and really the goal was to have games on sale. I didn't realize this before joining the event, and I kinda regret it, especially when I look at the numbers. I won't bore you with the details, but basically Steam showed my game a bit, but it didn't convert, and most of my wishlist came from outside of Steam, meaning the efforts I made to talk about the game on socials and stuff like that. It also feels like a missed opportunity. Adding co-op after the game release is probably the thing to do. You can push that as a big update, talk about the game more, and use a round of visibility on Steam. I'm probably going to remove co-op for now, simply to make the development a bit easier until release. This taught me something though. The importance of a demo. Hyperslice. Okay, give me a second. I have to show you the setup. It's very janky. Look at that. I have to tilt my screen, otherwise the prompter bumps on it. Lovely. I don't know if you agree. I feel like my game doesn't stand out visually that much. It's pretty cool and quite juicy, but it probably doesn't look very memorable. This puts it into the you have to play it category of games, meaning you only understand the potential when actually experiencing it. Opposed to that, you have games that can be sold only through their visuals, because they look very cute and cozy, or have a unique art style, or actions that really shine on video. For the last one, I think of VA Proxy, a very good example of that. It seems like every video that they post on socials is blowing up. This is probably because the game looks super interesting, both in terms of the art style and the action shown. I remember their tweet, "Fuck it, you can now parry nukes," which really shows you the kind of things you'll see in the game. Over-the-top action with strong visuals is perfect for blowing up, it seems. Since I released the demo, I've seen a much more steady flow of wishlist, which is super encouraging. Of course, that amount of wishlist is still quite low, and if I were to release in that state, it would probably be difficult to make enough money to recoup the dev time cost. The demo is available right now, so please give it a go, and hopefully I'll see you in the leaderboard. The demo is 27 waves, with lots of different enemies, upgrades, and abilities to try, with some special waves. I now realize the demo should have been a priority for me. Not just to gain wishlist, but also to prioritize the gameplay loop and the player experience. Having a demo forces you to make a game that plays, and hopefully plays well to convince people. Not only that, it also gives content creators something to try if they want. Aramus talked about his wishlists for Hexagod in a recent video, and I think him having a demo helped as people and content creators like Retomation were able to experience the game. On top of not having a demo, I was also avoiding looking at wishlists and talking about the game. Just look at the amount of devlogs I made. I won't go into the details. I already told you the development was a bit erratic. I got into a vicious cycle of not getting attention and wishlist, but also not talking about the game, which didn't help. I also felt like devlogs were useless, as they wouldn't reach enough people, and would also probably only be seen by other game devs. I still want to make more devlogs, and potentially find a style that could be interesting to a broader audience, but I'm just not there yet. I personally really enjoy some woodworking videos where they work on the craft while they talk about stuff in the voiceover. Sometimes the things they talk about are not even related to the craft. I'd love to bring that to game dev, but I'm not sure it would work as well. Woodworking is very visual. You can have a nice shot of cutting or polishing something, which might be hard to reproduce with game dev. Again, especially true if you don't have a very beautiful game. Let me know your thoughts on that. Like, who are you and why are you watching devlogs? That could help me understand where to go. As I'm publishing this video, the next fest is about to end, but you can still try the demo, as I'll keep it available. If you want to know more about my next fest experience, you can join my Patreon for free. I'll do a little post-mortem after it's done. Of course, you can also support me there. It goes directly towards me trying to make more games. In the next devlog, I'll probably talk more about game design and how I'm making my game more interesting by using my dash mechanic to its fullest. So stay tuned for that. If you want to watch another video, you have right there my devlog series, or watch this video that the almighty algorithm thinks you might like. That's it for today. Check out Hyperslice on Steam, and I will see you soon. Bye.